Listen closely, because cold doesn't kill you the way movies show it. There's no dramatic collapse into the snow, no peaceful fade out while soft music plays. Freezing is a negotiation your body tries to bargain with the cold. The cold refuses, and you're the one who pays interest. And the most dangerous part? You don't even feel the moment where things start going wrong. The cold is patient. It lets you believe you're fine, right up until you aren't. Here's the truth nobody tells you. In extreme cold, survival isn't about being tough. It's about managing tiny decisions that stack up quietly. One wrong move, one drop of sweat, one delay in getting warm again, and the cold will use that against you. So if everything else fails your gear, your shelter, the power grid, the plan you thought you had, your last line of defense is understanding how your body actually loses heat and how to interrupt that process before it spirals. The first thing you need to know is that your body is a furnace running on two fuels, glucose and oxygen. When the temperature drops, your body shifts into emergency mode, burning through energy at 3 to 5 times the normal rate. That's why people think they're fine, and then suddenly crash. Your internal stove goes from full blast to empty tank faster than you think. So your number one survival priority isn't finding heat. It's controlling heat loss. You can't win this battle by generating warmth. You win by refusing to let warmth escape. And the fastest escape route is moisture, sweat, breath, soaked clothing, snow that melts into your socks. Moisture steals heat 25 times faster than air. That's why experienced survivalists say, if you sweat, you die. This section is based on practical field survival experience rather than formal academic sources. Here's where people mess up without realizing it. They panic, they move too fast, they try to push through the cold. But the second you sweat in freezing weather, you create a time bomb. Wet fabric conducts cold straight into your skin, and once that heat starts leaving your core, you cannot get it back easily. So slow down, breathe. Strip one layer before you overheat. Yes, strip a layer in the cold, that's how experts stay dry. Manage your furnace before it manages you. Next comes wind, the silent thief. A still, cold night is dangerous. A windy, cold night is lethal. Wind takes warm air molecules right off your skin like a vacuum cleaner. Even a mild breeze can turn survivable cold into a death spiral. That's why your first priority in a collapse isn't finding heat, it's finding a barrier, a rock, an overturned car, a ditch, a wall, anything that breaks the wind. People think they need a fire. In reality, what they need first is a place where the wind can't bully their body temperature into submission. Once you cut the wind, you need insulation, and this is where understanding the physics matters. Insulation isn't about warmth. Insulation is about trapping air. Air is the real heater. The more pockets of air you trap around your body, the slower heat escapes. That's why dry leaves, torn fabric, pine needles, even crumpled newspaper can save your life. Pack them inside your clothes if you have to. You're not trying to look good. You're trying to survive long enough for your body to keep that furnace burning. This section is based on practical field survival experience rather than formal academic sources. Now let's talk about your hands and feet, the first victims. The moment your core senses danger, it reroutes warm blood away from your extremities to protect the heart and brain. That's why frostbite sneaks up on people. Your fingers don't hurt because they're fine. They don't hurt because your body has already given up on them. If you can't feel your fingertips, you're already late. And here's the trick. Almost nobody knows. Warming numb hands with fire is a mistake. You can burn yourself without feeling it. The safe way is using your own core. Tuck your hands in your armpits or between your thighs. It looks ridiculous. It works brilliantly. This section is based on practical field survival experience rather than formal academic sources. But what if everything fails? Your gear is soaked, wind is tearing through your layers, and the cold is winning. Here's the move that has saved countless lives: micro-sheltering. You create warmth in a space barely bigger than your body. A small cave, under fallen branches, even a hollow under a tree. Large spaces steal heat. Tiny spaces preserve it. Your body becomes the heater, and the shelter becomes the blanket you don't have. If you can combine this with even a weak fire, something as small as a handful of sticks burning, You create an environment where hypothermia slows down enough for your brain to think clearly again. And speaking of hypothermia, let's clear up the biggest misconception. It doesn't start with shivering. It starts with confidence. You feel fine, maybe even warm, because your body shifts blood around and messes with your perception. When your speech gets slightly off, when you make dumb little mistakes, when your hands stop cooperating, that's the real beginning. This is the moment where survival becomes a mental game. You need to talk to yourself. Force yourself to move. Force yourself to eat something sugary. Force yourself to think. Your brain is the last line of defense against the cold, and if it taps out, everything else collapses. Finally, remember this. Cold is not an enemy you fight. It's a force you endure. Your job is not to beat it. Your job is to buy time. Time for your body to recover. Time for daylight. Time for rescue. Or just time to make your next good decision. Surviving cold when everything else fails is a chain of small, smart choices, each one giving you another 10 minutes, another hour, another shot at seeing tomorrow. Please stay connected. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to Psych Logic Dose.